Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley,
so
man.
that's what it's looking like. Charlotte showed up on NXT on Wednesday.
The Rip.
Tonight. She showed up on NXT tonight. It looks like we might be seeing, for the first time, Women's Royal Rumble calling out the NXT champion, which Charlotte was the NXT Women's Champion at one point. And her versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. The Rip. Her versus the Rip. Yeah. That'd be something.
We got to get that over. I mean, I know that's her finish, the Riptide, but she need to change her finish to something else and just,
go by the Rip.
The Rip. I mean, just for short.
For short,
You know what I mean?
The Miz,
somebody
The Rock,
her,
the Rip.
We have Rhea Ripley here. The Rip. That's what you call me. You know what I mean? That's the way you get somebody.
The book.
Exactly. You know
the
what
book.
I mean? Yeah.
You need the Rip.
I think the Rip would definitely.
Would you like to see that though? WrestleMania, Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley.
Well, sometimes you gotta go ahead and cut somebody loose and say, hey, you ready to run? You got to give somebody the ball. Say, hey, there you go. Sometimes, man, when it's time to put the rocket on somebody, you gotta pull the trigger because sometimes you can wait too late. What's the saying? What's his name? One of the singers said, I can't remember it right now. But it'll come to me in a bit. But one of those things right there, man, you cannot sleep on, someone like Rhea Ripley because she's talent. She's put in work. She was a little girl pretty much when she came to the first Mae Young Classic. She looked almost like Charlotte Flair when she first came through the territory. And then for her to leave and go and reinvent herself, it definitely say, man, we got something here. And not only did she reinvent herself as far as, her work, but you look at her body, you could tell, man, she's in the gym and she's training. And my thing with Rhea, man, I just hope she work her size, and not try to go out there and be something different. Just stay big because she's definitely a star.
Yeah, I would like to see it. And the thing is, well, look, you look at the champions right now. Bayley, Becky, Rhea. We've seen Charlotte and Becky. It feels like a lot, right? Especially recently. We've seen Charlotte versus Bayley before. What's the fresh matchup? And the fresh matchup at WrestleMania would be Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
And I think that their styles would go well together. And I think that WrestleMania is a lot of things. It's also a great place to try to create a brand new star. We've seen it with the WrestleMania moments. You can argue that Daniel Bryan wasn't solidified until he won at WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels wasn't solidified till he beat Bret Hart in that Iron Man match. Ricky Steamboat wasn't solidified in the WWF until he went out there against Savage at WrestleMania 3. Sometimes you can solidify somebody in one night at WrestleMania, the showcase of the Immortals. And what better spot than to have Charlotte Flair, who right now might go down as the greatest woman wrestler of all time. Or at least she's making a great case for it, right? What better way than to go out there at WrestleMania and have that match, have that classic with Rhea Ripley?
No, she's you're talking about Charlotte Flair. She's a great storyteller.
Mm-hmm. And she had a great teacher.
That's what I was just going to say. I mean, it goes back to, her tutelage and, where she sat under the learning tree. It didn't get no better than, just watching her. She didn't have to actually go out and take a class at all. All she had to do was just have those thoughts of her dad. And you can actually see it the way she moves around in the ring, just by the way she walks, by the way she throws a punch or a chop or take a snap mare. Everything is literally, I've seen it before. It's definitely there. But
even when she's about to tie up, she has this little thing with her hand, like Rick used to do.
Yeah, or trunks. You know what I mean? She tugs her trunks a lot. So she definitely got the traits of her dad. So I don't think Ripley, as a young student of the game, could be in there with anyone better than Charlotte Flair to actually take her and then take her to that next level. So I like the matchup. Yeah.